Just as it made its appearance at the Zhuhai Airshow 2024 in December, the debut of the Sukhoi Su-57 Felon stealth fighter jet was also a big hit at Aero India 2025 this year. Especially in the days leading up to the show opening, senior Russian test pilot Sergey Bogdan gave a spectacular demo flight of the Su-57. One of the Su-57's pre-Aero India 2025 stunts was a takeoff from a short runway and a soaring flight with afterburners that took just 10 seconds. With the AL-1F1 engines installed on some of the fighters in the video, the Su-57's capability to take off from a short runway represents a major improvement. Depending on the payload, engine thrust, and runway length, the majority of contemporary fighters usually require 15 to 25 seconds to accelerate up the runway prior to takeoff. The fighter jet must swiftly accelerate to takeoff speed approximately 250 to 280 kilometers per hour given the brief 10-second takeoff time. The fighter jet runs with the least amount of burden when its afterburners are operating at full capacity. This Su-57 capability, however, might only be useful in specific flying situations, including showcasing capabilities at a military show or moving from the runway of the manufacturing plant to its ultimate deployment in the Russian Air Force. In actual warfare, such a takeoff would not be feasible. This is mostly due to two factors: a lower fuel load and a lack of weapons. Air-to-air and air-to-ground missiles are among the 10 tons of combat payload that the Su-57 can transport when fully armed. This makes the fighter jet much heavier overall, necessitating a longer runway for takeoff. The Su-57 weighs roughly 18 to 20 tons when it is barely loaded with no weapons and has less fuel. The weight can surpass 35 tons in full battle mode, which doubles the energy needed for acceleration. Although the Su-57's internal weaponry reduces drag, the fighter jet may also carry external payloads under some circumstances. As a result, the fighter jet becomes much heavier and requires more engine thrust to accelerate. One of the primary elements influencing the Su-57's takeoff time is aerodynamic drag. When the fighter jet takes off quickly, it is in ideal aerodynamic conditions, has no external weaponry, and weighs very little, which greatly lowers air resistance. Smooth curves targeted for stealth capabilities reduce drag effects in the Su-57's design. However, frontal drag will rise and acceleration would be more challenging if the fighter jet is carrying bombs or missiles on external hardpoints. The Su-57 was obviously unarmed during the Aero India 2025 airborne demonstration mission, which allowed it to take off more quickly. Induced drag, which is connected to the lift produced by the wings, is another significant component. Drag rises as a result of heavier fighters needing more lift. The Su-57 in the video takes off more quickly and efficiently because of its lighter configuration, which reduces induced drag. The fighter jet overcomes aerodynamic drag thanks to a number of important advantages. In contrast to fighter jets that depend on external weapons mounts, such as the F-15 or Su-35, its interior weapons bay lowers frontal drag. Its powerful engines and sophisticated control surfaces also help to ensure optimal airflow, and the employment of afterburners after takeoff generates extra thrust for quicker acceleration. High acceleration is made possible by the powerful thrust produced by the AL-1F1 engine and, in the future, the newest Li-30. The jet fighter's ability to take off in just 10 seconds could be explained by its minimal load and afterburners.